whenever I get an engine, I probably spend like the first 10, 15, 20 minutes just Alright, YouTube, what's good? Leekautorepair. Got another engine job popping. 07 Maxima, and I'm supposed to be doing the engine in this. Engine, well, they gave me the wrong one. They gave me a 2009 engine, and there's a difference between the this one and the 2009. They both VQ35 motors DE. Yes, definitely, but there was some definite changes they made, like the oil pan, I believe, the intake manifold, different sensors. You got to swap over like different connectors and stuff. It could make the swap longer, so I ain't got time for that because that was a set price on the engine. So I got the guy picking the motor up in a few, and then he's gonna bring me back the correct motor or whatever. So as long as I get from 04 to 08, cool. But I can't use an 09 motor. No, I could, but I'm not gonna be back and forth swapping out a lot of parts and stuff because that's gonna slow me up. So cool. So you guys want to know just what's your thought process on when you removing an engine? And me, whenever I get an engine, I probably spend like the first 10, 15, 20 minutes just literally just with my hands just like this over the car, just eyeing what I should do first. It just not a crazy order. I got like a weird order, but I have to freestyle it for the most part. So I pretty much have order of operations that I create prior to starting the job. Like I said, any different year, make, and model, it can be different. You don't use the same methods on every car. You can use similar, but you always should switch up at some point. So me, before I begin the engine job, like I said, I sit over the car and I look over and I just map it out from there. But being as though I'm in this garage, I don't have no lift, and we're working on like jack stands and regular jack stands and a jack. I want to pretty much front wheel drive. It can be done in your driveway. It can be done in your garage, wherever you at. So you don't need a lift, but downside of it is it could take a lot longer, a hell of a lot longer, because you don't have a lift. Versus a lift, I could take this down at the bottom in a couple hours. I'm probably gonna have to add a couple additional more hours, being as though I don't have a lift and I got to take out a bunch of things. I guess what I'm gonna be how I initiate this is of course I take out the battery. Intake stuff, all of the plastic trimming, cover, air ducts, all of that. Once I get that out, I got a better view of what else should come off. I probably most likely will be taking off this front end. I don't have an engine leveler. Matter of fact, I might not even, it might be a chance that I might take out the radiator support. I won't know until I start taking off more things, but this motor, the engine and transmission is going to come out from the top. I thought about dropping the subframe, then taking the transmission out, then taking the engine out, but I believe I could take, it looked like I got space for it to come up. Maybe if I cock it at like a certain angle or something like that, I believe I could get it. So maybe I should try to get an engine leveler. That's going to cost more money. I keep on buying tools. Tools is just getting crazy around here, just buying stuff or whatever. So I try to keep everything down. I guess going to begin the job pretty much. So I'm going to start taking off some plastic stuff, and by time in probably a second or two, this car will look a hell of a lot different. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, and let's get it. So as you can see, I got the engine harness. I don't know, some people on like Nissans. I remember I did a Murano took it out from out of the glove box because getting to the majority of the sensors, especially at the bottom, was a pain in the ass. So sometimes it's better to disconnect it from the computer and leave everything on the engine. In this case, in this car, this body style, this model, this year, whatever, more so just the body style, I didn't have to, go through all of that hassle of getting to the ECU and, digging out the glove box or whatever. So I got access to disconnect everything from the engine. Keep note that the backside bank of the engine has sub harness already for the 3 coils in the back, along with the 3 injectors, and there's maybe possibly like a knock sensor probably down here somewhere, or a pressure switch or something. But all of that runs on that sub harness, so you could leave the back harness and everything, all the connectors and stuff in, and pretty much just worrying about everything on the front and on the side and on the transmission as well. So you can see the engine bay, what it looks like. Left the subframe in. Subframe don't gotta come out. There's a lot of controversy on, can this engine come out from the top? Oh, it can come out from the bottom. You see me getting it out from the top, right? And this is a 06, actually I take it back, 2007 Nissan Maxima. And there's only one engine in it, of course, right? 3.5, right? So I got it out from the top, and how I got it out from the top is, listen, as you can see, subframe in, left the front mount in, and left the rear mount in. Getting to those two long bolts, I did put those bolts over there somewhere. Getting to those 2 long bolts is pain in the, well, just this one in the back is a pain in the ass. But once I got the intake off, I did take, if you see in the car, I did take off the upper plenum. Once you get the plenum off, you'll have access to get to the back bolt, the long 17mm bolt, and may have to spray it up with some PB Blaster or lube penetrant WD-40, because these bolts will be rusted. The front bolt was kind of rusted a little bit, but broke that free. Exhaust, 3 bolt flange set up, nothing special. I heat my bolts up. I got MAP gas, so I use MAP gas, heat the bolts up. You don't know, if you're watching some of my videos, you'll see me using MAP gas to, get with some rust, and I'll probably leave a link or something like that in the description or whatever. So left the downpipe in, so that's in. Power steering, I definitely did take the power steering and return and pressure hose off. Just that 24mm bolt. I think you could get away with using a 13/16, I think, standard wrench. I think on that side, I ain't a standard specialist or whatever, but the reason I took the one guy said he took the left the power steering off. Yeah, I understand that method in some cars, but this car is just a pain in the ass trying to get that the power steering pump out. Me just doing it on the floor, yeah, it could be done cool, but it was just faster just to disconnect the 2 lines off of it, and bam, I'm cool. The AC line right here is one right here. There's another one that I got right here, right on the wall right there, and I took that off because, well, I could have maybe possibly let the AC hang down on the frame probably. But the reason I took the AC line off, because luckily the car had no pressure in the system, and I verified it. Nothing came out, like 0, nothing. So it was safe for me just to pull the lines off the AC compressor, and one line over here that's going to be in your way. You may have to take that line out anyway to get to the side mount over here. That's a pain in the ass, this mount right here, and see how okie dokie it is. So I took the 2 14mm bolts off, but being as though it was long and retarded, cuts in the way of this side fuse panel right here, and trying to figure out what else I'm just going to show y'all an issue that I did have. So if you notice on the side frame right here, there's some markings. If we can see up in here, and we get the light away, it's just scratch paint pretty much, and that came from the AC compressor right here. As we can see, it's a little nick right here, well, just from the paint itself, but that kind of scraped up on the side, just coming out. And the reason I guess they say just to take it out the bottoms, because probably because of situations like this and it's just tight coming out from the top. But I had the engine cocked one way, and when I said cock, the engine sits like this, right? But when I took the engine out, I dipped it down that way, so the transmission stayed down, engine was up, and just with a pry bar, I got down in between the AC compressor and the side frame, wiggled it around a little bit, and I got some action and was able to nudge and actually came up a lot. Let me know that I could keep on going up, so that was cool. Suspension, of course, the axle is going to come out. As you can see, I got all this axle grease. Now, you guys may not approve of this, but I approve it because I'm the one doing the job. I left this part of the axle in, and you can see like the little bearing thing for or whatever. That part stays and that don't come out, but it's a special way you take the axle out. I can basically rebuild the axle. I've done it before. I've done it numerous times on cars, so that's why I've done this method. It was just easier to take off half a part of the axle, because taking out the bearing with the whole intermediate shaft with the bearing thing is just a pain in the ass. I want to deal with that when I start stripping it down. I want to heat up the whole bearing bracket thing and get it nice glowing red, and then probably get an air hammer and back the whole thing out. So it was just easier just to do it this way. So if you can rebuild the axle, go ahead and go this route. If you can't rebuild the axle, then I wouldn't even try to separate the axle from the intermediate shaft or whatever. So of course I took out the axle on the passenger side. I don't know if you can see, but that's gone. That's on the other side of the car. Steering rack stays in. You don't touch the steering rack. You have no reason to touch the steering rack because of the subframe staying in. Sway links you don't touch. I did disconnect the strut, the two bolts up here. I think one is the 19 millimeter nut or something like that. I could be wrong, whatever. Of course, I left the brakes, lower control arm, didn't touch it. I didn't move brake hose out the way. You can see my little zip tie right here. I got just to give me some slack so that way I don't stretch the brake hose. I'm trying to figure out wheel speed sensor, the wire right here. Just left that in. Just take it out of the little slots right here around the strut on both sides, and you have room for everything. That's pretty much all I got to cover. So tomorrow I'm going to be stripping this down, probably do maybe a part 2 or something like that, or not a part 2 but just another video. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely strip this down tomorrow. Gotta like a lot of, is it a lot of work? Yes. Is it a pain in the ass? Yeah, but this is what I do. This is my job. This is how I eat. So I put food on the table. So if you do, you gotta do what you gotta do out here. I ain't crying. This is, like I said, this is just me. So I'm Leekautorepair. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe, and y'all follow everything on the screen. And I gotta get this done because I gotta get to the next big job, which is I got another engine and I got two more transmissions to do. So I gotta get this done. So I'll holla at y'all.